Hello. So today is Wednesday and we are 4 days off the slurry ban coming in, and what a flippin' week it has been so far. I have no words. I really don't, and that's coming from me. I'm not even in the thick of it every day the way the boys are. The weather is unbelievable, and I actually was just checking the forecast there, and today is dry, tomorrow isn't too bad. We have rain coming in Saturday and Sunday, and as far as I can see so far, all of next week is given dry weather, no rain, and it's just ridiculous because once the ban comes in, that means obviously we can't go out, we can't spread, and it is absolute madness. I just don't know when they're actually going to turn around and say that calendar farming just doesn't work. Definitely doesn't work for us or anyone on the island of Ireland, whether you're in the north or the south. Like some places in the south have had their ban dates extended twice now. Our close period starts on Sunday night at 12 o'clock, and that's us until the 1st of February. Now, you can spread if you have very exceptional circumstances. So things like your ground being waterlogged, unable to get into the fields, all that sort of stuff. But on the back of that, you have to have so much evidence to, I suppose, support your reasoning, and an awful lot of farmers, ourselves included, are working on the basis that Sunday is D-Day and we have to have everything out by then, because you don't want to run the risk of not having everything that they're looking for if you did spread beyond that point, and do you know what, like, there's enough red tape on a daily basis to sort of work with and deal with without having something else added onto it, and someone coming in and questioning your reasoning for doing anything. So yeah, it has just been it has been a week so far, and we're only halfway through it, and it's not shaping up to get any easier. Yeah, so the last time that I seen you, I hoped that we would be number one at maize, and number two have calves on the ground, and I don't know if I'm happy to say it, but yes, I can confirm we are at maize and we have calves on the ground. So calving, it has been probably quite a slow start, I would say, maybe up until really yesterday and today. So yeah, that's that started now, which is good time for the ban coming in. And then maize started last week as well, so they were out and about probably most days last week, cutting maize. So there seems to be two varieties of maize which are commonly grown in Northern Ireland, and one of those varieties seems to be a wee bit ahead of the other. So there's a lot of maize now that is going to be coming ready probably this week or very early next week, but just with the slurry ban coming in, we're trying to kind of hold off until next week, especially if it's going to be dry, just to see if the ground would kind of dry up a wee tiny bit before we go at it. Yeah, so weather wise, I don't know. I mean, every year, now I'm sort of talking from a contracting aspect and a farming aspect, but every year you sort of think, gosh, things bound to get better, things bound to pick up, and this year has been another really, really, really testing year. Not just the financial pressures, but obviously the pressure of the weather and everything else. It is just crazy what you go through here to try and, I don't want to say make a pound, because to be fair, at this current climate, I don't know if anybody is making any money. It's maybe just all turning. And that is a worrying outlook on agriculture in general in Northern Ireland. Like calendar farming, I've said this to you before, you all know by now what I think about calendar farming, and it is not good. And I was always told, if you have nothing good to say nothing at all. But no, like, it's the stress and the pressure that it puts on farmers, on contractors, anybody at all that is involved in any which way of trying to get out onto a field to do any sort of work. It is absolutely ridiculous, and you know, there's absolutely no sense to it, especially whenever you have had, like last night, it rained steady for 6-8 hours, and you have no choice. We have to go and spread slurry today. And then you've got the authorities, who are obviously doing their job, a very important job it is too, but you know, they're out there testing motorways and everything else. And as I said, like, everybody, although yes, if you have special circumstances, you can go and try and spread slurry next week or the week after, or through any time throughout the ban, so being that you have the documentation to back it up. But for many farmers, ourselves included, the chance that you might not have enough evidence, even though, what more evidence do you need really? But the chance that they could turn around and they could say, actually no, we're not happy with that, you could have made more of an effort and get everything out before the ban came in, and then you run the risk then of getting a fine or losing a bit of your single farm payment. It's not worth it, because particularly this year, every penny is a prisoner, with the way that milk prices are and everything else. And this winter is going to be probably one of the worst winters in quite a while. I definitely see that out whenever I'm at work and just chat to people. And to be honest with you, there hasn't been one man, woman, anybody involved in agriculture in the past month to 6 weeks that I have spoken to that is genuinely excited about next year, or there's absolutely no positivity about at the minute, and that's disappointing. That's horrible. Yeah, so milk prices the way that they are, feed prices, although they have come back a wee bit. Funny, somebody actually left a comment on one of my earlier videos and they had said, you know, you're wrong about 2023 being a bad year, 2017 was worse. And you know what, they're right in many ways, they are. However, in 2017 red diesel was dear, but it was still in the 60s, you know, the 60p mark. Red diesel at the minute is 92, 93 pence a litre. There's so much extra added costs, and then the next thing then obviously you have energy costs. Your electricity is, I don't even know how much electricity is at the minute, except that it's absolutely bloody extortionate. But yeah, it's a very, very, very difficult, we're going into a very difficult couple of months, I fear, and unfortunately the weather just has not made anything any easier for us. So this week, where on earth would you start with this week? So we have had silage going in, we have had maize being cut, we have had slurry going, we had cows starting to calve. I don't even know what else has been happening, but it has been very, very, very busy, to the point where the boys have literally been coming into the yard, hooking off a trailer, hooking on a tanker and leaving. and that has just been the case every day. Everybody is away at Slurry today. We're kind of trying to hold off. Me is until next week, just to see if we can get this slurry red up, which at this particular point in time I honestly don't know if we are. There's still an awful lot to go out, and the problem is there's a lot of ground that people would have been using to put slurry on, that maybe they had a third cut or a fourth cut coming off, and because the weather has been so bad, that third or fourth cut is still on the ground, it's still growing. I've just realised this is probably hands down the most doom and gloom video that is going to on YouTube ever, and I'm sorry, but I did tell you when I started to make these videos that I wasn't going to dress anything up, I wasn't going to tell you any lies, I wasn't going to sugarcoat anything or no. So that is where we are, 4 days off the ban, and the outlook is not good. The outlook is not good. You're treading a very fine line of trying to, do your job, do what you have to do, but as well you have to be very mindful of the rules, regulations, the guidelines, the deadlines, and all the other stuff that you just have to keep on top of on the daily. Yeah, so cabin has started. We have one full row and we have 4 pens at this side filled. So yes, just in time for the slurry ban coming in, which is just lovely. Listen, I will leave these all and I'll try my best to get out with them before the ban, maybe on Friday or Saturday, and kind of update you on how we're getting on, and how badly we're getting on. It might be a case of, but no, listen, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all again very, very soon.